Explosive Detection K9 Handler in USAF. We always out there when we are on law enforcement patrols and kekke deployments. Been 2011 on kekke deployment at Manas Air Base, Kyrgyzstan. Been with my current dog 2 years and still working nights the whole time. Never saw anything of the ordinary while working stateside. So, Manas is fairly large and most people don't see the entire base. Being K9, I have to go through a lot of perimeter checks. I'm in a SUV or truck, but the perimeter checks have to be done on foot, alone, with my dog. And usually carry 350s. I'm halfway through deployment, been there about 4 months, pretty comfortable with everything. Start wearing my body armor and 3-day pack during the walking patrols to stay in shape and get training in my K9. Use a M9 with 30 road-fed ball on my mall gear. I have a 300R retractable so my dog can pick up on me. So basically wears just training for a real deployment while doing the real patrols. There's an area called the back base where I have to do an hour-long foot patrol or static 1-0P, listening post/observation post, once a night before 0400. To get to this area is about a 30-minute drive. Then I have to unlock a gate to a big construction area, empty, relock the gate, then drive another 15 minutes to another gate I have to unlock, then relock once I'm in. The area is huge and overgrown with plants/trees and has zero light source and just a dirt path that loops around the entire area circling back to the gate. The path runs adjacent to the perimeter fence wide enough for one person to walk through. I have to park my vehicle at the gate because it won't fit, so I usually just do a mock explosives detection patrol around the whole thing until I get to my vehicle again. It takes about an hour, so it's perfect for what I'm supposed to do anyway. This night I get to the first gate and the light all is out of fuel. Whatever, unlock gate, go inside Gaunt. I drive in, relock gate, drive to next gate. Darn, other light all is out of fuel. Use headlights to illuminate lock so I can put the code in. K9 starts barking, but it's muffled since I left him in the car. He stops when I get back to the vehicle, drive in, relock, let my dog off leash to drop a deuce while I put my gear and rucksack on. Dog doesn't run off to mark anything, whatever, heel, he returns to me. I clip him to the retractable and tell him, seek, command to go ahead of me and start sniffing for explosive odor. Dog walks 5 feet and stops. WTF, main? Go on, buddy, and wave him forward. I want him at the full 30 feet of retractable leash in front of me. Stares at me, comes back to heel position at my left side and starts to look around, mouth closed, ears perked, nose sniffing the air. I start thinking there is a stray dog or some shit, so I lock the retractable and just stop walking. It's almost in front of me. He, control, Keo 9, initiated at 5. Radio chirps twice after I release the key, button dying, let him know many patrols is out, but I have control on call being a cell phone if they need me. 3 cells into PD mode, dog stares and stands in front of me. Control is along 8 great from another freaking dog they're going to fight, and my dog versus 30 mounts we saw by PT. I have to carry the kind of same I'm pretty normal is not the area like me ducks. But into FJ and dog car, what's the call my kennels all day? Whatever, no other choice, just continue. Pull out Surefire and make noise clapping and shit to scare off other dog. K9 doesn't react to me and keeps staring into the vegetation. I stop clapping, something claps back. The clapping comes from the middle of the vegetation about 50 m deep. There shouldn't be anyone else out here except for me. Challenge the vegetation. I'm SSGT Anon with base police. I'm accompanied by a military working dog trained to attack. Come toward the sound of voice. Say this just in case my dog bites him. I can say I legally gave warning and stay out of trouble. Nothing moves. WTF, main. Unclip ruck and shuffle it off to the ground. Give dog. Watch him command. Preparatory command to be ready to bite that asshole. Dog backs about 10 feet away from him, dragging the K9 back. He won't take his eyes off vegetation. Start using hand commands to silently move toward where I heard the noise. Walk into the area, kneel down next to K9 and let him detect for a bit, find him, command to start tracking whoever is out there. Girl just brought up my breakfast, I'll continue after. K9 starts pushing forward, hard to move because of the weeds and trees. After about 5 minutes, find small clearing with a single tree in the middle. There's dead stuff strewn everywhere, snake, rabbits, birds, and stray dogs. WTF, man. I'm still inwards though, so I think whoever did it can't see me. Dog's head snaps back behind us, shifts his body behind to block the avenue of approach. WTF, think this, pull out ASP baton, adrenaline rolling. Whisper watch him command to K9. He starts growing focused. Something whispers, watch him, back to us, but it comes from behind us, in the clearing. K9 doesn't react and focuses on the original threat. F this, holster ASP, pull out M9. Still thinking rationally, just think that I'm outnumbered and an ASP isn't going to cut it if there is 2 or more people. Wait, a few seconds, hear something breaking branches as it moves. K9 focuses on the noise. The dog does a complete 360 as the noise shifts and a circle around us goes on the far side of the clearing, so I can't get a clear view from my position. Stops on the far side of the clearing after making one full circle and in the middle of making a second full circle. SSGT Anon with base police, identify yourself or I'll release the dog. Anonymous 03/24/15, Tuesday, 13:57:29, number 159455502. Word. No response, reach down to unclip retractable and give get him command, attack. Stop, someone is aggressively whispering, watch him, watch him, watch him, over and over and clapping loudly at the same time, then just stops. I'm noping the heck out after that. Go back to hand commands and start to back up. I'm getting the heck out of there. Stop. The branches start breaking again and start to circle around my dog team, fast. It's moving too fast for how little space there is between the trees and vegetation. I can hear larger limbs breaking. The thick limbs that shouldn't be breaking are groaning, snapping, and crashing to the ground. Something starts walking into the clearing, bipedal, looks like a tall skinny man. His movement is off, jagged, like he doesn't know how to move correctly with his joints. This happens as whatever else is messing up the trees around me as it circles us. Then the noise stops. The guy stops moving. My eyes are trying to focus, but there are no features. It just looks flat with deep ridges that look like rotting tree bark. I'm hidden in the tree line, but its face is looking directly toward me. I'm starting to get nervous and scared. Fight or flight? Dang, I start running. My retractable keeps getting caught on stuff, but I do not care and just keep running until whatever it is gets caught on brakes. Hard to navigate. I'm running as fast as possible, but it's hard to move in and see. Trees start to thin out, so more moonlight. I can hear whatever was circling me pacing about 20 meters in front of me. I make a 90-degree turn at arcs to get in front of me. Keep trying to break contact by randomly turning, but it starts in front no matter what. Body armor getting heavier, getting winded, slow down, quick fit, kneel, watch him, pull out surefire and M9, depress button, batteries dead. WTF, extra batteries are in my bag by the perimeter fence, great. Dog snaps right alerting, I shift, and my adjacent to the clearing again. I'm on the opposite side of my original position. Tall guy is gone. Can hear rustling noises from 2 different points, one circles clockwise and other counterclockwise. Check watch. Watch read 0245. I started my patrol at 0230. There is no way it's right. K9 starts sniffing and starts pulling me. The dog is following an erratic path, but I'd rather let him fresh the path. My rucksack is laying there on the dirt in different directions from returning to the point I last heard them. Dog is still pulling nose to the ground. I'm completely letting him pull me wherever. I stumble out of a tangle and back onto the main path. We need noise stops. Start going in the path. Check K9 and they both are in force bag back to vehicle. K9 paces me but stops every so often to look into the vegetation. Halfway back, stop, darn rustling noise starts back to life, scared the heck out of me. I'm under duress, patrols are looking in the dark, WTF to say. Start walking back to vehicle again, something clicks, pull out surefire, it works. Look at watch, it's still 0245, but its track seems to be off like the battery. Patrol is there and his partner dismounted from him over the radio to come back. Tell them my radio died and so did cell phone. You just used your radio. You've been off the net for 2 hours, man. Must have been in a dead zone when you've done your shift. Yeah, of course, that call sign over there giving back. I just call it in from the construction area. I had one of the ATV patrols grab the stick I dumped when the sun came up.
Few things happened to me out on X. One recently was up in Shoalwater. To the Yanks that have been in the training area, they'll remember the urban facility. It's a little town over about half a square kilometer made out of comics and modified shipping containers. Complete with doors, functioning windows, a realistic marketplace and even a sewer system accessed from various buildings and streets around the facility. Water came up to your knees, full of cane toads, snakes and even a few eels. Greentext in effect. 2011 Talisman Saber. Enemy party, playing an enemy SF-clad, reflective chest rig over bomber jacket with baseball cap accessories and all that jazz. Blue Force situation has detected radiological incident coming from sewer. Blue Force mission is to conduct cordon and search of UOTF by night in order to locate possible radiological threat. Night falls. Have a pretty good working relationship with Platoon Sarge. He walks up, tasks me with patrolling the sewer. Wants me to cap as many individuals as possible. Fought for re-team stays dogman.exe. Open up trapdoor, climb down ladder, water just below junk at this stage. Pitch black, no NVG. Sounds of lapping water, toads doing their thing croaking and such. Wait on rife up, using Surefire on F88 as a handheld torch. Have a rough idea where I'm going. Reach about the middle of the sewer complex, looks a bit like a spider's web, connecting tunnels branching off in all directions. Plan was to duck down another tunnel when they start wading through and conduct a fighting withdrawal for a bit before dying. Lean against a wall, switch off light and close eyes for a bit, listening to the water lapping about. Decide to wait for sound of choppers, they usually chopper insert when raiding the facility. An hour or so passes. Gradually, the noise from toads starts to die off. Water still lapping about though. Movement around my legs. Flick on light. Metric ton of cane toads swimming every which way, trying to climb on me. Raise rifle a bit, look ahead. More toads literally climbing and swimming over each other to get away from one particular tunnel. What the heck? Shine light down tunnel. Light disappears into darkness. More what the heck? Start to hear soft, ragged breathing from the tunnel. Shut off light, close eyes and open mouth to try and hear better. Ragged breathing continues, definitely not coming from me. Open eyes, switch light back on. Breathing turns into hoarse laughter, like a patient with terminal lung cancer. Laughter increases in volume and ferocity. Hear sloshing, as if something is moving down the tunnel towards me. Call out our army's warning we use when breaching, as if someone is nearby. Our lads and those that have worked with us will know it. It echoes down the tunnel. Sloshing stops. Silence. Toads still milling around my knees. Suddenly hear the voice of my mate repeating the warning back up the tunnel. Exhale a pent-up lungful of air. About to answer back and give him a bit of a tease when another voice from a different bloke in the platoon repeats the warning. Then another bloke, same warning. Then a different bloke. Then more, all different people, some I don't recognize. Voices get louder. Start overlapping each other, as if they're singing in an out-of-time choir. Start to get a bit worried now. Voices abruptly stop, as if someone cut the cord. Silence again. No movement around my feet now. Quickly shine light down. No toads. Bring rifle up, shine light down tunnel again. Shine in the light. Sickly wet form stoop down in the tunnel, body is a writhing mass of tendrils with a set of round yellow eyes that shift place like a chameleon. Freeze for only a millisecond, blink, not believing this stuff. It screams in Sarge's voice. Die in place. I bellow in fright, off safe and dump a mag of blanks into nothing but air. About turn and bail down the tunnel I came from. Rapid sloshing water behind me. It's chasing me. Panicking, grunting, screaming, falling over trying to wade through the water and all the messed up cane toads. Die in place. Reach the ladder gasping, quickly sling gat and start yelling out to anyone whilst climbing up. The entity grabs my boots and pulls me down. Slam my head into one of the horizontal rungs. Go under the water. Can't see anything, massive weight pressing down on me, both legs and an arm pinned. Feel repetitive blows around my midsection, like something is trying to punch through the rig. Muffled yells from above the surface. Getting gripped around the throat, can't breathe. Grab clasp knife from pocket with free hand. Start desperately slashing and stabbing at anything I can. Thrust it into something and can't get it loose. Start to black out, lose grip on my knife. Light from above though the water, think it's heaven. Weight relinquishes and inverts my knees as it throws me down the tunnel. Surface gasping, suck in as much air as I can. Hear panicked voices and mates yelling down. Sound of rapid moving boots on the ladder. Look up to see my mate grabbing the shoulder of my chest rig, trying to pull me towards the ladder. Grab the flipping ladder, cunt. Grab on, climb up as fast as I can behind him. Burst through the trap door, gag a bit, vomit, someone unslings my gat, sits me down. Chaos going on, headlamps and torches everywhere, bit of yelling, someone tells someone to fetch the medic. Blood pouring from forehead. Soaked through. Clothes and chest rig shredded. Gasping for air. Looking like a mess. Did you guys seriously dash? Mates chime in. We heard your voice bro, heard you yelling. When we came near the drain we heard Sarge tell us to stand down and go to bed. Came from the sewer man. Yeah. We opened it up, shone our lights down and saw a shape move in the water, next minute you surfaced. What the heck, bro? Take in a few lungfuls of air. Something down there man. Blank stares. Dang bunyip, bro. They snigger, call me a softie, pick me up and dust me off and we walk back to our connexes. Walk around for a bit, some people still up and milling around, decide to try to find out what happened. Apparently the bluffer attack was called off during the night due to OHN's situation in sewer. Nobody knew I was down there. Try to find Sarge, to ask him WTF. Politely ask platoon commander where he is. Sarge was tasked out with the vehicle jackal run back in Rocky. He's due to return the following morning. Rack out with a ton of questions and mixed feelings. Wake up a few hours later, my clasp knife has been placed right in front of my face on my stretcher, few drops of that stagnant sewer water on the blade. Curse the sewer at Raspberry Creek.
Be me. B14. TN. I have a grandfather who lives out in the middle of nowhere, surrounded by woods that are thick. Visit him every month or so. Have to lock up all the doors at night because he's paranoid, including the one outside to the garage. I'll probably help to give you guys an idea of how this part of the house is set up. There's a patio that encircles the entire house, like 4 foot wide, but wider and thicker in front of the kitchen. Most of the back wall in the kitchen is a set of sliding glass doors. Patio in front of them connects to the garage, and by extension, the garage door. If you keep going to the right from there, you get to the back porch. If anyone wants more elaboration, just ask, but that's really all that's important. Like I said, all the doors have to be locked at night. My brother and I go out through the kitchen to lock the garage. We look out, he walks over to the back porch to piss. Hear movement in the woods. Assume it's a bobcat we've been seeing and hearing for a while. We get really quiet to see if we can spot it. Trees are literally pitch black. Can't see anything. Sound has completely stopped. Hear this ungodly screech 100-ish yards out in the forest. We nope the heck back inside. Back up there, don't remember the time difference. Maybe a month later? After dinner. Grandfather has retired to the living room. Mom and sister are cleaning up. Brother and I are messing around and being generally useless. Look out the sliding glass door. See this pale face that's almost human but not quite at the edge of the tree line. Can't see anything else. Holy crap. JPG. Freak the heck out. Brother looks and sees it too right as it disappears. Mom and sister look at me instead of outside, don't see it. Distinctly remember this next one was 2 months after that last one. Watching TV after everyone else has gone to bed. Decide to get something to drink. Go into kitchen, see face again, same place. Freeze and go silent as it disappears. Run upstairs to bedroom. Didn't turn off TV or get my drink. Sorry this is taking so long, I don't pre-type it or anything and I get jittery thinking about it. There's a third part that I don't like to talk about since it causes anxiety attacks occasionally, but if there's enough interest, I'll tell it. Be this may. Go back up to grandfather's. Being a layabout. Realize I left my headphones in the car. Walk over to the kitchen to go out to car. There it is. It's standing about halfway between the house and the tree line, clearly visible in the porch light. On all fours. Body is the same color as the face. It stands up really awkwardly, like it's not quite sure how. Nope. JPG. Watch it turn back towards the woods. All of a sudden it's gone. Don't sleep all night. Keep hearing that screech way far off in the woods. Also hear occasional thumps downstairs and catch whiffs of a coppery scent. Too much of a wuss to go outside or look out window. Haven't seen it since.